Good morning, students. Today we will start about our CMA foundation classes. I will guide you your paper 1, that is your fundamentals of economics and management. Let me write that paper name first of all. Fundamentals of economics and management. May I repeat once again the name of the paper that we will go through, that is your fundamentals of economics and management. Simple, if you divide the paper, it becomes fundamentals of economics plus fundamentals of management. Are you clear? Very simple points. Paper is your fundamentals of economics and management. This is your paper 1. Remember one thing. This is your paper 1 for your CMA foundation. Paper 1 of your CMA foundation is your fundamentals of economics and management. If you divide, then it comes fundamentals of economics, and the second part is your fundamentals of management. The entire paper, obviously you know that it is your 100 marks. And if you divide the paper, it comes your fundamentals of economics carries 50 marks. Your fundamentals of management comes 50 marks. And when you combine both the parts, you will get the complete paper 1, that is your fundamentals of economics and management with full 100 marks. My other colleague will guide you the paper of fundamentals of management, and I will guide you, I will teach you the paper, parts of the paper that is your fundamentals of economics. Hope we will make our session very interesting and interactive. You will come through different concepts. We will come through various concepts in course of time. That will be very interesting for discussion. You will participate, I will participate. It will be an interactive session. So, before going to discuss about all these things, obviously it becomes my responsibility to take you some basic things about your course syllabus and your question pattern. Let me first talk about your question pattern. If you, as I told you, that my part is your fundamentals of economics, that carries 50 marks. If you focus on that fundamentals of economics, that 50 marks, then I will 50 marks distribution. Let us take about that 50 marks distribution. How that 50 marks of economics is being distributed among the various questions. If you tell me, if you ask me, then I will distribute that 50 marks basically under two heads. One will be your objective part, and second one will be your subjective part. May I repeat? If we distribute our economics segment, which carries 50 marks, then 50 marks entire question will be classified under two heads. One will be your objective and one will be your subjective. Objective questions, obviously you know that objective questions are very short questions, very brief questions. Different forms of objective questions in your examination. You will face different objective questions in the form of multiple choice questions, match the columns, matching columns, and third point is about your true or false. So, your objective part that comes with 30 marks. Out of total 50 marks, your objective part contains 30 marks, and the 30 marks consist of multiple choice questions, 1 mark questions, matching column 1 mark questions, and true or false also 1 mark questions. And out of the 30 marks, it is sub-classified as multiple choice questions will come 20 numbers, and your match column will come as 5 numbers carrying 5 marks. Each and every question will carry 1 marks, and your true or false questions will come 5 numbers. So now it comes 30 numbers carrying 30 marks. 30 numbers carrying 30 marks. May I repeat once again? Your objective part that contains 30 marks, it comprises multiple choice. The objective questions may come in the form of multiple choice questions, matching column, and true or false. And out of the total 30 marks, multiple choice questions will be 20 numbers carrying each 1 mark, and it is coming 20 marks. Exactly like that, you have to match column A with column B. That is your 5 questions, and 5 questions will be having 5 marks. And your last part about your objective part is your true or false. You have to answer the question as true or false, and true or false questions will be of 5 numbers carrying 5 marks. So that comes 30 marks. Then if you talk about the subjective part, it comes as the remaining 20 marks. I told you the total mark of economics is 50 mark. Out of 50 mark, the objective part will be coming 30 marks, and the subjective part will be coming as 20 marks. I have given the description of objective part. Now I will talk about subjective part. The subjective part will be your short questions or long questions, like it will be carrying, you have to answer that 4 long questions that is carrying 5 marks. This is your subjective part. It will be carrying 4 long questions. You have to answer 4 long questions carrying 5 marks each. That comes 20 marks. You have to answer 4 questions out of 6 questions. You have to answer 4 questions out of 6 questions. You have choice. You have to answer 4 questions. Each question comes with 5 marks, so it comes to 20 marks. So this is the entire distribution of my part, that is your fundamentals of economics, that is coming with 50 marks. And your objective part is 30 mark, and the subjective part is your 20 marks. So if you look at that multiple choice questions, it is coming 20 numbers, matching column 5 numbers, true or false 5 number, and your long questions coming 4 long questions with 5 marks each, it is coming 20 marks. So now it is coming 50 marks. So I have given a clear chart about the distribution of marks for your part of fundamental of economics. Now I will go to the syllabus highlights. Now I will talk about the syllabus highlights, what you are going to study, what you are going to cover under the syllabus of fundamentals of economics. This is our first part of discussion, your marking distribution. Now I will go about the second part of distribution, about your syllabus highlights. Let us talk about that syllabus highlights in the second part. Your second part classes course or syllabus highlights. Basically, your fundamentals of economics, that is coming 50 marks for your examination, which is a part of your paper 1, that comes with 50 marks. It contains 8 units, or you can say, as per your book, it contains 8 study notes. You can say contains 8 study notes or 8 units. Your entire syllabus of fundamentals of economics consists 8 study notes or 8 units. Let us talk about first unit study note. Study note number 1. Study note number 1. Study note number 1 deals with your economics fundamental concepts of economic. Let me write about that 8 study notes, then I will come with you. I will give you the entire description. Study note 1, study note 2, study note number 2. It will deal with demand, supply, equilibrium. It is your study note number 2. Talk about study note number 3. Your unit 3 will discuss about production, theories of production, this is your study note number 3. When you come to study note number 4, it comes with the chapter of costs, different types of costs, short run and long run costs. It is your study note number 4 or unit 4. Now, study note number 5, it will be the chapter of market, different forms of market, this is your study note number 5. Then you talk about study note number 6. It will be the chapter of money, functions of money and money supply. It is your study note number 6. Then you come to study note number 7. It comes your banking, central banking, and commercial banking. Then we will go to the last part, your study note number 8. It is your money market. Features, functions of Indian money markets. So, this is your syllabus details. This is your course highlights of your fundamentals of economics. I will just go in brief about the topics highlights. So when you talk about your study note number 1 or what you call that chapter unit 1. You will study about economics. You will study about what is economics. You will study about the central problems of economy. What are the problems of economic system? Why we study economics? That is a part of this one. We will also study what is your consumption, what is saving, what is income, what is investment, what is your production possibility curve, what is economics, whether it is a positive science, whether it is a normative science, whether economics is a science, whether economics is a art, whether we will study under deductive method, whether we will study under inductive method. All these things will be a part of that economics, as you will be knowing about the fundamental concept. When you study about the fundamental concepts of any subject, definitely you people basically study about different topics related to the subject. So I talked about different topics, different concept, different terms, fundamental terms for your chapter number 1 or study note number 1. When you go to study note number 2, we'll start with the topic of theory of demand. Then we will study about theory of supply, and we will focus about your equilibrium. This is very important topic for you to understand. When you study about economics, then obviously you should understand very clearly about demand and supply. Demand and supply are the core terms for understanding the concept of economics and understanding the concept of equilibrium. Equilibrium, as you are new to the topic, still I am making to ensure that equilibrium means it is a point where demand and supply are equal. Demand and supply, you are new, I will guide you all the things, but for the timing, I am telling that equilibrium, when you talk about that, then equilibrium is a point when demand and supply are equal. If you put our common sense also, when you go to the markets in our day-to-day life, you heard about demand, you heard about supply. Demand and supply are the basic factor for determining the price of a thing, the determining price of a factor. So you should understand what is demand, what is supply and that is a part of your chapter 2 or study note number 2. Then we will basically go to study note number 3. There we will discuss about production. What is production? We will totally focus on the discussion, and it is important. We will study under this chapter head different factors, different aspects of production, different factors of production. What are the requirements of production? Production is not a single thing. You should understand. Production is a multiple thing, and production is different. Production is a different thing from the activity of consumption. When you study about production, definitely you should understand what is consumption. Then only it is important and it is interesting to study about production. Obviously, production is the task performed by the producers, as like consumption is the task performed by the consumers. So under this head, we will study about production. We will study about different factors. Might be you have some idea about factors. Let me tell about the factors. We will study about different factors of production. That is your land, labor, capital and organization. They are the basic factors of production that we will study. We will study the functions of entrepreneur. We will study the features of land. We will study the features of labor. We will study the features of capital, and we will study the functions of the entrepreneur, functions of the organization, functions of the we can say the organization activity. Then we will study about the theory of production. We will study about the short-run production function. We will study about the long-run production function. Might be you are new to the concept, but when you will go to the topic, we will discuss all the things in details. Like that, we will study about cost. You have some idea about cost. Definitely, you have gone through your plus 2 commerce. You heard some about. You must have some idea about cost. Cost is the expenditure made by the farm to produce an output. Cost is the expense incurred by a producer, incurred by the organization for producing an output. That is the meaning of cost in economics. Here you will study different types of costs. There is fixed cost, there is variable cost, there is semi-variable cost, there is opportunity cost. So you will study, there is implicit cost, there is explicit cost. So you will study different types of cost under this head, chapter 4 or unit 4. Then we could talk about market. Market in the sense you should understand when you ordinarily talk about market, then you talk about the market refer to place. When you talk about the market, you refer to the market of time. But when you talk about the market in economics, then definitely you should think that this market is basically based on the market on the basis of competition. Remember one thing, when you study about the chapter of market in economics, you should remember that the market chapter in economics is basically based on the basis of competition. And on the basis of competition, we have classified market as perfect competition and imperfect competition. On the basis of competition, we have classified the market under perfect competition and imperfect competition. Imperfect competition is further subdivided under monopoly, monopolistic competition and oligopoly. So basically we get 4 types of market: perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition and oligopoly forms of market that we will be studying under your chapter 5 or study note number 5. Then we will studying under unit 6, money, where it comes, how it comes, what is the function of money, before money, what is the problem, why we search for money, why we need money. This is the interesting topic we will study. Why we now in modern days, why we require money. Before money, what was there? What are the difficulties of that system and why we have changed from that system to monetary system. Now, without money, nowadays, your economy is a tasteless economy. You can say, you might have an idea that before money, we have a barter system. Barter system is the system where we will exchange goods against goods. So, after barter system, we have introduced monetary system because barter system has many difficulties like that: lack of common measurement of value, lack of coincidence of ones, lack of store of value. That we will discuss in the details in the chapter. But for the time being, I have told we will study about money, origin of money, evolution of money, different functions of money. Now money is having so many functions. Actually, money is now acting as a medium of exchange. Money is now acting as a store of value. Money is now acting as a measurement of value. Without money, no commodity can be measured. No commodity can be measured. The price of the commodity definitely measured in terms of money. So money performs a variety of roles nowadays. So we can call that today's economy is basically known as monetary economy. In the second part of the money chapter, we will talk about money supply and different theory relating to money supply. Remember one thing, this is the concept of money supply, not money. In the second part of money chapter, we will start about discussing money supply. When you talk about money supply, I would like to tell you that definitely you will be talking about the central bank of the country, because it is the central bank of the country that is primarily responsible for the money supply in a economy. So when you talk about central bank, I do not want to be confused. You talk about India Central Bank, it is your RBI who is primarily responsible for money supply. So you will basically study money supply and its impact in the economy. Then coming back to next chapter that you study, that number 7, we will study about banking. Let me tell you the structure of banking. Before going to talk about banking, you should understand the structure of banking is being classified under 2 heads. One will be your central bank, one will be under your commercial bank. Let me tell you that one will be your central bank, one will be your commercial bank. In each and every economy, in each and every country, you will find a single central bank. Remember, central bank is always one and single in each and every country. So, accordingly, if you talk about India, the central bank that is working in India is your Reserve Bank of India. But on the other hand, when you talk about commercial bank, just now I told you the structure of banking is classified as one is your central bank and the rest is your commercial bank. So when you talk about central bank, in each and every country, there is a single central bank. But in each and every country, there is a more than one commercial banks. And one more point, you will have an interesting to distinguish between central bank and commercial bank is that central bank has the responsibility of economic welfare. Central bank has the responsibility of maintaining price stability. The central bank has the responsibility of putting the country for economic growth. But commercial banks do not have the objective of like this. Actually, commercial banks have the objective of getting maximum profits. That is why they are known as commercial. Commercial in the sense their motto, their primary objective is to earn money. Their primary objective is to get profit. That is why this is the meaning of commercial bank. So one is your central bank, one is your commercial bank. So you can classify commercial bank also under scheduled commercial banks or non-scheduled commercial bank, private commercial banks and public sector commercial banks, your domestic commercial banks and international commercial banks. So there are lot of things that we will study under banking chapter. We will talk about, we will discuss about the functions of central bank, the functions of RBI. We will discuss about the functions of commercial bank nowadays. So I would like to just tell you a small point over you that nowadays the basic function of the commercial bank is credit creation and the basic function of central bank is credit control. Remember one thing. Nowadays, bank, when you talk about bank is a simple meaning. Bank is a financial organization, financial institutions which actually deals with money. Deals with money in the sense it takes money, it gives money. It takes money. Now question comes here, from where it will take? Who will give the money? Actually, it takes money from the surplus funds and it gives money to the deficit fund. It takes money from the surplus fund or from the depositor who have the surplus money and it gives money to the person who is in the need of money or who is in the deficit of money. So now if you talk about the formal discussion, then it is the lender and borrower. Bank is an intermediary between the lender and borrower. We can say bank is the intermediary between your depositor and borrower. This is the role performed by a bank. This is the meaning of a bank. Bank is a financial organization which accepts deposits and which puts loans, which provides loans to the needy public. This is the definition of a commercial bank. And we have discussed about that. And the second part of that chapter 7, we will discuss about different financial organizations working in India. For example, we will discuss about your NABARD, we will discuss about your IDBI, we will discuss about your SFC, State Finance Corporations, we will discuss about your SEBI, Stock Exchange Board of India, we will discuss about your ICICI Bank. So, different financial organizations we will discuss. We will also discuss about your LIC, your GIC, Life Insurance Corporation, General Insurance Corporation, like all these things we will discuss in Unit 7 or study note 7. Coming to last point, we will discuss about your money markets. Money markets, the features of money markets, the functions of Indian money market, what are the problems of Indian money market actually, the classification of Indian money market, institutional money market, non-institutional money market. You know that institutional belongs to the forms of money market which is controlled by RBI. You always remember, when you talk about some financial organization, then the financial organizations will come into count if only it is controlled and regulated by our central bank, that is RBI. Let me repeat once again the point. When you talk about any financial organizations or institutions in India, then I have entirely highlighted 8 units. I have entirely highlighted 8 study notes of fundamentals of economics that carries 50 marks. In my knowledge, if you entirely group that 8 study notes, if you entirely group that entire 8 units, then I can say, as a teacher of economics, we will have a discussion primarily. Economics have different branches. Economics have branches like microeconomics. Economics have branches like macroeconomics. Economics have branches like money and banking. Economics have branches like development. Economic have branches like international trade. So when we put our 8 study notes, then the paper I will sum up. The paper is coming like that. The paper is your microeconomics plus money and banking. We can overall sum up the 8 chapters, 8 study notes under one head, that your paper is basically a part of your microeconomics and money banking. Starting from your study note 1 to study note 5, basic concepts, fundamental concepts of economics, theory of demand, theory of supply, production chapter, factors of production, different theories of production, cost, different types of cost, fixed cost, variable costs, short run cost, long run costs, and market, different forms of market. All the 5 study notes will be a part of your microeconomics. And the remaining 3 chapters, I would like to tell you that your money, functions of money, money supply, chapter, your study note number 7, banking, central banks, commercial banks, and your last one, your money market. All the remaining 3 chapters is a part of your segment of money and banking. So, if you sum up entire 8 study notes, then actually we will study the branch of economics that belongs to microeconomics plus money and banking. These are the all course highlights. In the first part, I have told about the question pattern distribution. In the second part, I have discussed about the course highlight that we will be studying in detail. In our coming classes, we will study all the chapters in detail. These are the fundamental things. This is my responsibility to present all the things in the starting of the classes to you, so that you have knowledge, you have some basic idea about all these things. In the first part, as I told you, it will be of 50 marks questions, and it will be a subdivided, it will be divided under one objective and subjective part. Your objective part is coming 30 marks and your subjective part is coming 20 marks. Objective part 30 marks comprises 20 multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions, there will be 4 alternatives for you. You have to put the right answer. After multiple choice question, there will be matching column A and B, that is coming 5 questions, 5 marks. Next to matching column A and B, we have questions of true and false. In true or false, you have 5 questions and you have 5 marks. So if you sum up that multiple choice 20 marks, matching column 5 marks, and true or false 5 marks, that comes 30 marks. That is the objective part of your out of 50 marks. The remaining 20 marks will be the subjective part. It contains 4 long questions of 5 marks each. There will be options for you. There will be six questions for you, and you have to write 4 long questions. That is coming 20 marks. So now you will getting your 50 marks syllabus. I am hopeful that you have entirely understood my basic idea, the planning about the course, basic planning about the question pattern distribution. I have tried to give basic inputs in my first class, but this is not the last class. Actually, in our coming classes, I will guide you the entire things, and we start from one chapter and we'll discuss about the other things. Till then, thank you.